So this last question, this is using the cumulative frequency curve of the page before, which is the time that it takes the customers to be served in the restaurant. So the first question there is asking what the median value is. So the median is the middle value, the middle number. So if we go back to our chart, we can see that the total is out of 200, and therefore the median, the middle, is 100. So there's the 100 marker. And if I follow that down, being as accurate as you can, then you find that that goes to exactly 3. So the answer there is that they've been waiting for 3 minutes. And then the lower quartile. So the lower quartile is a bit like finding the median of this bottom half. So it's out of 100 in total, and therefore it would be 50, which is this point here. We're going to do the same thing again, and we find that we've got 2. And it asks us for the interquartile range. So the interquartile range is the upper quartile subtract the lower quartile. So we know that the lower quartile is 2, we just need to find what that upper quartile is. So again, this is the median of this top half, which is going to be at 150, so somewhere here. So 150, again we're going to go across, and then we're going to go down. So use a ruler for this, it can really help to keep it as accurate as possible. And that looks to be around about 3.8. So we have 3.8 minus 2, and that gives us 1.8 minutes. And all of those needed to be exact. They all fall exactly on a line, and therefore the examiner will only accept those specific values. And then we need to complete the table of values, and this is asking for frequency rather than cumulative frequency. So it's just saying how many were between 0 and 1. So between 0 and 1 there, if we go across, we find that there was 20 in total. And then between 1 and 2, so how many between these two values? So we can see there 2 is 50. So it's how many between those two values. So it's not 50, but it's 50 minus the previous number, which was 20, and therefore 30. And then between 2 and 3 is this section here. So we know that 3 is 100. But again, it's between these values. So it's 100 minus that previous answer of 50, and that gives you 50. Okay, so each time it's the difference, it's not the total value, because that would just be the cumulative frequency. Then we need to write down the modal class. So the modal class is the most common, and the most common there is 60, and therefore the modal class is 3 to 4. So 3 to 4, and they've actually put all the right indice notation in there, the group intervals. And then we need to work out an estimate for the mean. So to find the mean there, we can type this straight into our GDC. So to do that, you would do the midpoint, which is 0.5, or we can do it on here, 0.5, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. So you put the data, X, into a spreadsheet, and then next to it you put the frequency, which is this column here. So in terms of finding the mean, you don't need this at all. You're just putting those two columns next to each other. And then once you've done that, you're going to go to Menu, Statistics, Stats Calculations, One Variable Statistic, and then it will come up on there and it shows it as X bar. So X bar is the symbol that you're looking for, and the mean it gives there is 2.9. So that question would only ever be done on your GDC.